Obscura Dramatica.
Hi everyone, David Barefoot here, president of Obscura Dramatica. Before we begin our season finale, a quick update. Borrowed Lives was the very first season we produced, and we're incredibly proud of it. As the show has grown, so has the creative work behind it. Going forward, this feed will be home to multiple narrative audio dramas produced by our studio, Obscura Dramatica, including new series that you'll hear right here first. Now, Borrowed Lives isn't going anywhere. Its episodes will remain on this feed, and future seasons will still live on this channel as well. We're simply expanding the world around it. So if you're here for thoughtful, story-driven audio drama, well, you're in the right place. In the coming weeks, we'll have some announcements about our exciting plans for 2026, including some ways you'll be able to directly support our work. Our heartfelt thanks go out to you for listening and joining us on this creative journey, and we'll reach out again soon. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the season finale of Borrowed Lives in the episode we call An Awakened Reborn.
For in that moment, I spied Liberty and Alexandra across the street, soot blackened, but alive. They stood huddled against the stone at one corner of the hotel, scanning every person that passed by. Their gaze slid over Molly and I without recognition. Elizabeth! Oh, Elizabeth! I began to pull Molly toward them.
Where are we going? Who's Elizabeth?
Elizabeth!
Elise? Oh my God, is that you, Elise?
No, it's not Elise. I'm Molly O'Rourke, and you're going to tell me just how you know my husband.
Well, Elizabeth is...
An acquaintance from the war. I'm Elizabeth Stevens.
From the war, is it?
Yes. And you are?
Mrs. O'Rourke.
Molly. She's my wife, Molly.
What do you mean? You met my husband in the war, Miss Stevens.
Mrs. It's Mrs. Stevens. And I met Mr. O'Rourke when he and my husband were home on leave.
Home on leave? And Killian simply, what, didn't bother coming home to me?
My husband and I were living in Springfield at the time.
There wasn't time to come all the way up to Chicago.
It was only a 2-day pass.
And where's your husband now?
Jack died. During his service, yes. A stupid, senseless fever.
I see. I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Stevens.
Please, call me Libby. All my friends do.
Libby, then. And I apologise for the fit I was after throwing. Killy and me been wed not but 2 years now. And my Irish temper still bristles that he ever met another lass afore myself.
Quite all right. Oh, and my companion here is Alexandra.
Smith. Alexandra Smith. Libby's friend.
A pleasure.
And yet as much as I like socialising, every moment we waste talking.
Aye, that fires are coming. Ain't but a block or two behind us and won't be nothing stopping it. Come on. Killian?
Libby, have you seen Honoré?
No, not yet.
Honoré?
My sister-in-law. But she might have beaten us here, or already be inside.
Or gone somewhere else entirely.
Well, I truly hope you find her. But we need to go, Killian. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Perhaps I should help them with the search. You can go on ahead.
Without you? And where shall I be off to on my lonesome? Our home's in ashes and you tell your Molly to bugger off, would you?
No, of course not.
Obscura Dramatica presents Borrowed Lives by David Barefoot, starring Lauren Rogers as Elise.
For all the times I had borrowed the cast-off envelopes of the recently dead, never had I awakened beside someone completely dependent upon the person my soul had replaced. I could hardly tell her the truth, but I still had to find Honoré to get my life back. I was struck motionless with indecision.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, do not panic.
A distinguished man in a dark suit had emerged from the hotel. He was about 60, with a grey-streaked Shenandoah beard that extended onto his chest but left his upper lip and cheeks clean-shaven. He called out to the guests who were boarding the carriages.
Mr. Osborne, Mrs. Hastings, our hotel is a refuge from the flames. I built it to be fireproof. There's no need to flee. Bertha Palmer herself is taking refuge here.
Bertha Palmer. So Honoré was here. I saw a sudden look in Alexandra's eyes, a flash of an idea. She hurried over to the man.
Sir, I'm Miss Alexandra Smith of room 313. Are you the hotel manager?
No, I'm not, but good evening, ma'am. I'm John Mills Van OSDEL, the architect of the Palmer House. I designed the hotel.
And it's truly fireproof?
Top to bottom. Terracotta tile roof to repel embers, brick and stone facings with no exposed flammable materials. And its bones are iron beams instead of wood. She's the most fireproof design in the city.
And we can shelter here?
Oh, yes. I encourage our guests to stay.
Then I shall. But the thing is, I was out on the town with my 3 friends over there, and they've no way to return home, so...
Say no more, please. Bring them up to your room. Or to the dining room. We're using it as a temporary shelter for people to wait out this terror.
Oh, you are too kind. And I thought I heard you say that Bertha... my apologies. Mrs. Palmer was still here?
Yes. She arrived not a quarter of an hour ago.
She's a friend of mine. Do you have any idea where I might find her?
She was headed to the elevator last I saw. She and Mr. Palmer have a place on the 7th floor.
My eternal gratitude, Mr. Van OSDEL.
At your service, Miss Smith.
It was strange to be back in the Palmer house. It had only been 2 days since I had stayed here in luxury as Jessie's guest, soaking in a hot bath, dining on high-class meals. But so much had happened that it seemed a lifetime ago. The grand lobby was strangely quiet and nearly deserted. Our footsteps seemed loud on the marble floor.
Gillian, what are we doing here? We don't belong in such a place.
We're not guests, Molly. We're only in here to stay safe. The hotel won't burn like our place did.
If you say so. I trust you.
I guess we go this...
No, the dining room is this way.
Oh, right.
How could you possibly know that?
I guessed. Luck of the Irish. The first time I had entered this dining room, I was on Jessie's arm, and the place was filled with conversation and quiet laughter, the clink of glassware and the music of a string quartet. Now it was morbidly quiet. A few people spoke in hushed tones, and somewhere a baby was fussing. Perhaps 15 people sat or stood about, hollow-eyed and worried. Some were dressed finely and must have been guests, while others, more simply clad, seemed to be refugees from the street. No food was being served, and indeed no hotel staff were anywhere to be seen.
Oh, that poor man. He's no idea what to do.
I followed Molly's gaze. A young man, perhaps 23 or 4, stood holding an infant that could not be more than a few months old. He was trying to comfort the babe's cries, but clearly had little experience of the task. A new father, then. The mother was nowhere to be seen. The man looked about helplessly, but all the other people were ignoring him, lost in concerns of their own.
I'm gonna help him.
Molly crossed to the man and without a word held out her arms for the child. With a mixture of relief and embarrassment coloring his face, the man handed her the infant, and she took it to her shoulder as if it were her own.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone as she wheeled her wheels.
She clearly had a way with children, for in moments the baby nestled into her neck and its cries stilled. She was a wonder, was Molly, and so blissfully unaware of borrowers and the awakened and everything going on under the surface here.
Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh.
Killian, we need to find her.
Right.
Alive, oh.
Molly, I need to help look for Honoré.
You're leaving?
No, just going upstairs. We think she's here, in the hotel. I won't be gone long.
I'll stay with Molly.
Oh, all right. I thank you, Libby. Alive, alive, oh, alive.
Taking our leave, Alexandra and I hurried out of the dining room to the elevator, but the lift attendant was nowhere to be seen. Alexandra had never ridden one of these contraptions before, so I stepped to the controls. It took a few moments for me to remember all the steps needed to close both sets of doors and get the car running, and there were more than a couple of jerks and jolts on the way up. But at last we came to the doors painted 7. I overshot the landing at first, then dropped too far, then overshot a little less on the second try.
That's good enough. We can step down.
We stepped out onto a luxurious hallway paneled in mahogany and floored in a thick Persian-style carpet that absorbed all the sound of our footsteps. There was a double door at the end of the hall, beautifully carved with bending palm branches arching over 2 reclining greyhounds. We approached, cautiously. One of the doors was ajar.
You go first. She might still have that gun, and I don't fancy dying.
I don't want to get shot again either.
But it won't kill you. Besides, you're the man. You're supposed to protect us defenseless women.
You're enjoying this.
A little.
But what's our plan? I don't have the ether anymore.
We'll have to overpower her somehow. But we can't shoot her or knock her on the head or anything that damages your body.
Then how?
I don't know. Hold her down or something. Smother her.
Alex, I'm not sure Look, I'm not like the borrowers. I've never tried to kill anyone before.
And you won't be starting now. Do you really think that smothering Honoré would kill her? Permanently?
No. No, of course it won't.
So you won't be killing Honoré. And you won't be killing Elise DeYoung. Because you're Elise.
So no one dies?
No one dies. We're simply vacating an envelope for reuse.
Right. Stepping into the Palmer residence was like entering the treasury of a fallen kingdom, not because of its size, but from the sheer suffocating density of the Palmer's wealth. Every piece of furniture was a dark, heavy sculpture framed in gold leaf. The wallpaper was a deep red velvet brocade, hung with a dozen paintings sure to be original masterpieces. The light fixtures weren't just simple gas jets, they were massive chandeliers dripping with thick colored glass. I understood immediately why Honoré had risked the whole city to keep my body, her body, as Bertha Palmer. Because this wasn't just a suite of rooms, but an entire powerful world she had built for herself.
Elise, out the windows.
From this vantage point, 80 feet above the street, we could look west and see the true extent of the danger outside. It was as though the whole world was burning. The night sky was an angry orange, and the flames seemed to leap from every building we could see through the thick black smoke. The fire had reached the buildings across the street from the hotel, and though they were not as tall as this proud structure, the flames of their burning reached above where we stood.
I really hope that architect knows his business.
John Mills Van OSDEL. He's a fool. One of the most hubristic men I've ever met.
We turned. Honoré was standing in an archway across the room, regarding us with the most infuriating smirk imaginable.
I must say, my dear, even for a share of Atropos, you are decidedly tenacious. And I see you've brought some muscle with you this time.
I'm Elise DeYoung.
My. You are resourceful, aren't you? You've taken so readily to the life of the awakened.
That life ends here.
Ends? Sweet child, it never ends. That's our unique privilege. It's also the problem, of course. One gets an eternity to live, but the burden of constantly remaking oneself, it's exhausting.
Are you looking for sympathy?
Hardly, though a little understanding would not go amiss.
Understanding that you're ruining people's lives?
Ruining? I am making them. Do you know who Potter Palmer was before I found him? A dry goods merchant, running a dusty store no different from 100 others.
So?
So, I spent a decade as Jeremiah Thorne, an envelope I hated, all to shape Potter, to make him more than he could ever have become on his own. You've heard the phrase, satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. I gave him that idea. Selling to the elite, making your stores look like palaces instead of warehouses. That was all me. So when at last my efforts paid off and Palmer became fabulously rich, I planted the suggestion that it was time to seek a wife. And when he did, I was there. I found a pretty little envelope and cut Bertha Honoré out of whole cloth just for him. A girl intelligent and refined and educated, and yet 23 years his junior. We were married just over a year ago.
Fine. But why did you have to steal me? Why change envelopes?
How was I to know this stupid girl I picked would develop consumption? I could feel her dying, and I could see the way Potter looked at me. He was going to divorce me or put me away somewhere to die. But then you came along, just in time.
Well, it's over. You're giving that body back to Elise.
So she can be Bertha? You think I'll let her steal everything I've worked for? This hotel is my wedding gift.
I don't want your stupid hotel.
But we're taking that envelope.
Wait. Listen, Alexandra, is it? You're from Atropos. I understand. You hate borrowers, but why not lose one of us to clip 100?
What do you mean?
Come into my study.
Honoré led us into the next room, lavishly appointed as an office with a massive walnut desk and thick chairs of upholstered leather. Bookcases lined the walls, filled with the kinds of matching volumes that are meant to be admired but never read.
Fine, we're in your study. Now what are
This? Oh, this is Potter's office. I meant come in here.
She pulled a book partially out from a shelf, and with a click, a portion of the bookcase pushed back. A real-life secret door.
A bit theatrical, of course, but I like it.
We went inside. Honoré's secret study was exactly what you'd expect from a soul who'd lived for 200 years, more a trophy room than an office. It wasn't decorated, it was curated. The air was heavy with age, smelling of leather, old paper, spices. The walls were lined with glass-fronted cases packed with artifacts. There were ancient Greek coins and pieces of Roman statuary, but also other things I couldn't identify. Strange obsidian daggers, a phial of some kind of dust, a necklace of intricate white shells. Behind a large ornate library table, she'd hung up 2 African assegai spears, wickedly pointed and deadly. Honoré ignored all these artifacts and picked up a thin leather-bound book from the table.
I would ask to keep my current envelope in exchange for this ledger.
And what does it contain exactly?
Every borrowing, every murder, every sum of money for every envelope that has changed hands in Chicago for the last 50 years. With this information in your hands, you can run my borrowers down, bring them up on charges, wipe them out. The entire Broken Hourglass Society.
With that book, I could have you in prison too.
You think I document my own crimes? Don't be absurd. You'll have a hard time proving Bertha Palmer had any involvement whatsoever. But think about it, Miss Browning. This little ledger would completely restore your position with Atropos. Perhaps they'd even put you in charge, let you lead a cell of your own.
And all I'd have to do is let down a friend.
Every bauble has its price.
An interesting proposal.
So the two of you just decide? You get the book, she gets my body, and I get nothing?
You act like I owe you something, dear.
You took my...
Yes. Took your envelope. We get it. You're becoming a one-stringed harp, you know that? You really need to stop this childish insistence on... Oh! What was that?
Libby! What was that? What's going on out there?
I saw through the window. It looked like a whole pile of stone or bricks came crashing down.
Stone from where?
I don't know. The hotel?
I'll take her back now. Thanks for your help. I wish her mother was here. She passed 2 weeks ago. Influenza.
Oh, you poor man.
I'm so sorry.
She's our first. I barely know what to do. I'm on the way to Indianapolis to my folks. they'll know what to...
Oh, I don't like that sound.
We're all right in here, aren't we?
The architect man said so.
It's just so hot. Shh, it's all right. Daddy's here.
Libby, some people are leaving. Back out to the street. Should we follow after them too?
We can't. Elise and... Alexandra and your husband, they're still upstairs.
Let's get them and go. I think this place is...
Oh, there's Van Osdel. Mr. Van Osdel. Mr. Van Osdel, sir.
Sorry, I don't have time to chat. I have to get these plans to safety.
To safety? Is the hotel on fire?
No. That is, I don't think so. Not yet.
Yet? You said it were fireproof.
But I didn't account for... how could I? Who could have predicted... No one could have...
Predict what?
So much heat, so close, for this long. It's softening the iron, bending the pillars, and the masonry can't flex like that.
Is that what we saw falling?
Yes, bricks are falling off the walls, opening holes in the superstructure.
And the fire, get in.
Get in! Woman, the whole place is coming down. I've got to get these plans somewhere safe so we can rebuild after. Run for your lives!
The whole room lurched then, and the windows shattered all along one wall. Heat and sound poured in.
Decide, Miss Browning, before the fire takes us all. What do you care? You can't die. Burnt to death once before, girl, and I don't mean to repeat it. Now, do we have a deal or not?
Fine, we accept. Now give me the ledger.
Here, take it. Now let's...
As Honoré handed me the book, Alex leaped at her and grabbed her by the throat, I think meaning to strangle her to death right then and there. They struggled and flung each other around, smashing into display cases and toppling furniture. Then, from somewhere, Honoré pulled out the same gun she had used to shoot me in the bar, turning it now to Alex. Luckily, Alexandra noticed the gun in time and managed to twist out of the line of fire just as the hammer fell.
Not bloody fair!
Alex seized Honoré's gun hand, and they continued to grapple. I snatched up the large book from the top of the case and smashed it down on the gun. The gun fell from Honoré's hand, bouncing somewhere on the floor. With a great gasp, Honoré broke free from Alexandra's grasp and shoved her back. But as Alex rushed in again to renew the attack, Honoré spun and snatched something off the wall. Honoré's face was a mask of shock and revulsion as Alex staggered back, a short African spear protruding from her belly. Alex! No! No! At last I managed to snatch a curtain sash from the drapery, and I looped it around Honoré's neck, twisting it tighter and tighter until I could hear her breath wheezing, rasping, and then stop altogether. Was I really going to do this? Could I really kill someone? But just as I was about to lose my nerve, I looked over at Alexandra, now fallen to the floor in a growing lake of blood.
Do you really think that smothering Honoré will kill her? Permanently? And anyway, you won't be killing Elise Dion. Because you're Elise.
Alexandra was right. This was my body, not Honoré's. She could just go find herself another one. I tightened my grip on the curtain sash. Honoré fought back with all the strength and ferocity she could muster. But in the end, after what seemed like an hour, Honoré went limp and slumped to the floor. Smoke was beginning to fill the room through the broken windows. Slowly, I relaxed my grip and unwound the sash from Honoré's neck. Her body? No, my body lay there, unmoving, unbreathing, with bulging eyes and blue-tinged lips. And then I saw Honoré's soul emerge. Much like Charles Michaels had, the soul of Honoré appeared as her original must have looked, including wearing an odd sort of dress I had only seen in paintings and history books. She was young, younger than me, and she was furious. She glared at me and clearly began yelling at me in anger, but no sound emerged. And because she was likely speaking French, I could make out nothing on her lips. But then she suddenly dove down, straight for the empty envelope that was once me. I threw out a hand and knocked her back, as I had Charles Michael. It was like striking a brick wall. She was so much stronger than any soul I had interacted with before. Brushing me aside, Honoré swooped down. Her arms disappeared inside the waiting body. I reached out with my mind and grabbed her, pulling her back with great effort. Slowly, I withdrew her from the envelope. With all my strength, I staggered over the broken windows, pulling her with me, and at last I flung Honoré out of the room and down into the smoke and chaos outside. She did not return, and I supposed her soul had moved on seeking easier prey. I ran to Alexandra, still lying on the floor, but she had crawled a bit from where she fell.
Elise.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. What can I do?
Go is what you should do. This building is coming down. Take the ledger Honoré had.
Where was it? I quickly looked around. There, on the floor behind the table. I have it.
Take it. Use it to take down the society. The Bros. Stop this madness.
I nodded and shoved the ledger into my waistband at the small of my back. Then I knelt down and lifted Alexandra.
What are you doing?
I'm getting you out of here.
Elise, I'm dying.
I'll find a doctor.
In the middle of an inferno. Just go. Get Liberty and Molly out too.
I can't just let you die.
That's not something you can change.
You're wrong.
What?
I saved Liberty. I can save you too.
How?
How indeed. I looked around and saw the answer not 10 feet away. I'll put you in my original.
What? You give up the very body we just fought for you to have.
I'd give her to you to keep you alive.
Alive and trapped in a body that isn't mine. Have you enjoyed borrowing bodies for this last month?
No.
Then why would you inflict that on me? I'm a shear of Atropos, Elise. We've made it our calling to put an end to the borrowing. You saw Kingston's death. His example. Did you learn nothing?
So I'm to just sit here helplessly and watch you die.
That's what it means to be mortal. To be human. You have to let nature take her course. You have to let me go.
But it's just... You're my friend.
And you're mine, Elise. Truly. I wish...
Alex.
Not much time. Tell Molly.
Her voice was almost a whisper. I bent down close to hear. Wait, tell Molly what?
Tell Molly. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't... I saw it too late. At the edge of vision, Alexandra's hand lifted, bringing Honoré's gun to my temple.
Elise, time to wake up.
5 more minutes.
The days are wasting, sleepyhead. Sun's been up an hour, and you have chores still yet to do.
I'm tired, Mama. Let me stay in bed.
Can't, my love. People depend on you.
I can find someone else.
Elise DeYoung, wake up now!
My eyes shot open. I was still in the Palmer house, with the ornate ceiling awash in the sinister orange light. But now my throat ached, and the skin of my neck felt raw. Suddenly, a hazy green mass flashed by just over my face. I turned to look and saw Honoré's soul, locked in a spinning, grasping struggle with another similar being. The tangle of 2 souls spun, and I saw the other's face. It was Alexandra. I jumped to my feet. Before me, in a welter of blood and tangle of twisted dead limbs, lay Alexandra Browning and Killian O'Rourke. Killian. I looked down at my body. Though the dress it wore was unfamiliar to me, I knew the form beneath better than any other. I was back in my original body. I was Elise young again. I looked back at Honoré, still struggling against the soul of my friend. I couldn't save Alexandra, but I knew how to deal with Honoré. I knew how to unmake her. Alex, let me. Both Alex and Honoré turned, seemingly surprised by my voice. The momentary pause was all I needed. I reached out and grabbed Honoré's soul, flinging it as hard as I could, over and down, frightened Killian O'Rourke. For a moment, nothing happened. There was no cry of agony, no spirit dissipating like Charles Michaels had, or even the man from the hospital. Had I somehow missed? Had Honoré avoided the broken envelope? No. Suddenly, Killian lurched to his feet, swaying unsteady but impossibly alive, even though the right side of his skull was mostly gone. I screamed in the horror of him. His eyes turned to me, full of fury, and his mouth worked as if trying to speak, though he made no sound. One arm reached out for me, and I shrank away until my back struck the wall behind me. Killian, or Honoré, stood a moment, swaying as if deciding what to do. And with a sudden lurch, he ran for the shattered windows, and without slowing his run in the slightest, he hurled himself through the broken frame and out into the night. I turned back to the room. Alexandra's soul was hovering a little way above her ruined body. She looked much the same as she had in life, but her face was peaceful now, free of pain or worry. You protected me. You kept Honoré out of my envelope until I could come back. She nodded, favoring me with a warm smile. Thank you, my friend. I will always remember you. Alexandra pressed a hand to her heart and gave a slight bow, then turned her gaze upwards and floated up, disappearing at last through the ceiling. But there was no time now to mourn. The smoke was growing thicker in here, and from the sounds of it, the hotel wouldn't stay standing much longer. I had to get out, and get Liberty and Molly to safety, while there was still time. I hurried out into the hallway. But smoke was billowing out of the doors to the elevator. Clearly something on the lower floor was already on fire. I didn't trust going that way. I found the stairs and started the long descent from the 7th floor. The haze in the stairwell grew thicker as I went down, and my eyes began to water. As I passed the 3rd and 4th floors, I could see through the open doorways that the interior walls and carpets were already burning. By the time I reached the ground floor, my legs were protesting in the exertion, and the combination of physical effort and the smoke-filled air had my lungs gasping for breath. The lobby was a ruin. No gas lamps still burned, but fires from outside sent a ghastly orange glow through the large windows, allowing just enough light to see. I moved toward the restaurant, but the way was blocked with rubble. Part of the floor above and maybe more above that had come down, closing off the entrance to the dining room. Were Liberty and Molly still alive? Were they trapped? Liberty? Molly? Are you there? No one answered. Molly! Anyone! Just then, I heard a distant voice.
Hello?
Liberty was leading a group of people through a small doorway behind the front desk. Perhaps a half-dozen people followed her, but they were hard to make out through the smoke. As I approached, I could see Liberty peering intently at me, as if gauging whether I was a friend or a foe.
Who are you?
It's me! It's Elise! Finally!
Elise, sure you are. Then what's my name, huh? My real name.
Elizabeth Mason.
Oh, thank God. Elise! We got trapped in the dining room, had to find another way around. Where's Alexandra? Honoré?
I shook my head. They're not coming. Molly came up beside Liberty, holding a bundle wrapped in a brown plaid blanket. It was a baby, no more than a month or 2 old.
Molly, this is Elise, a friend who was staying upstairs.
Oh, perhaps did you see my Killian up there, Miss Elise? A tall Irishman, dark-haired and handsome, in a striped shirt.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
It's me husband, he is.
And, this is your child?
Not a child of ours at all. Her father died when the roof came down. She's an orphan now. but she hasn't cried or moved and... Tell me, she's not dead.
Molly stepped close and showed me the baby, her eyes searching mine for any hope I could offer, but I had none to give. The baby's eyes were open, glassy, unseeing. The poor thing must have asphyxiated, her tiny lungs incapable of breathing the bitter smoke that roiled around us.
Is she still alive?
None of us will be if we just stand here talking. We have to go, now. The whole place is coming down.
Right. Come on, Molly.
The front doors were blocked, so we made our way to the west side, the so-called women's entrance, and emerged onto State Street. The fire was close, but mostly north of us for now, and the way south seemed mostly clear. We'd only left the hotel a few steps when Molly screamed, "Killian!" Killian's shattered body lay in the street where he had fallen. Molly thrust the baby into my arms and ran to her husband, heedless of the horrific ruin of his corpse.
What are you doing out here, you mad fool?
As the poor woman keened in grief, I noticed a small book lying a few feet from Killian's body. Liberty, the book, grab it.
What?
That book has all of Honoré's notes about the borrowers. As Liberty quickly retrieved the ledger, held a chilling familiar presence. Honoré's soul swooped past, flying past our little group, then turning back to follow another pair of men fleeing south, then turning back once again. She was clearly casting about, instinctively, looking for another envelope.
Elise? What is it? What are you watching?
Honoré. She's here.
I thought you killed her.
Not her soul. Honestly, I don't know how to.
So she'll just come back? Find another body and start everything all over again?
Anger flared in my chest. It wasn't right that she should live. All the hurt she had caused, the death, the murder, all of her selfishness and vanity.
When she comes back, she can find us.
No, I won't let that happen. I had a flash of an idea then. Horrible idea. And as Honoré's soul passed by again, I reached out and grabbed her with my mind. She twisted in my grip, impossibly strong, but I held her fast. And with every ounce of spiritual strength I could muster, I pulled. I looked down. The babe in my arms was squirming and crying, upset and in distress, but very clearly alive.
What did you do? Is that...
Honoré.
No. She's a baby now? How does that work?
Her mind is still hers, I think, but that body should slow her down. A few years at least.
Enough for now. Let's go.
Together, we pulled Molly away and stumbled south. The next 2 hours were madness, moving through streets choked with displaced people, terrified animals, and racing fire wagons. The entire city seemed to be on fire. At last, we crossed the Chicago River and arrived in the South Division. Many of the well-off families of the neighborhood were sheltering hundreds of the displaced. We joined 24 other refugees in the manicured lawn of the Glesner family of Prairie Avenue, who kindly fed us and gave us such accommodations as they could. We later learned that over 3 square miles and more than 17,000 buildings had burned. The death toll, those that were known, at least, was more than 300 souls, and 100,000 people, a third of the entire city, had lost their homes, Molly included. But though we were all now destitute, Liberty had one more card to play. In a cruel twist of fate, the flames had spared the New Eden Hotel, and Liberty brazenly walked through the front door as Mrs. Delilah Stevens, the hotel manager. Luckily, Amos and John Proctor were nowhere to be seen, and Liberty walked back out with nearly $1,000 in banknotes from the till, which she divided evenly among the 3 of us. What will you do?
Molly wants to take Irene, that's what she's calling the baby, to try and find her family in Indianapolis. I'm gonna go with her. Keep her company, help her look. We'll see what happens after that. What about you? Gonna use that book to clear out the broken hourglass?
They won't be much now without Honoré. They may try a ritual or two, but they'll only be killing themselves without an awakened.
You could stay Bertha Palmer. The paper said Potter Palmer is already planning to rebuild the hotel.
Stay here, married to some old man I don't know.
Right. Not a bed of roses, but you'd be one of the richest women in Chicago.
I'm done with this town. I'm a country mouse, I'm afraid.
That's all right. It's been an honor knowing you. Thanks for saving me.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your original.
Hey, I'm alive, and I'm grateful. Now I can really start over. Take care of yourself, Elise.
I know the truth now. I am awakened. I know I will leave this body when it withers. I will slip into another, a new life, a new century, and my story will continue, possibly forever. That knowledge is less a boon than a terrible looming weight. It means there is no true end, no final rest. But it also means I have a choice. Not to live forever young, but to live authentically, to feel the finite ticking seconds of a life I earned back. I will be Elise DeYoung of Goshen, Indiana until the natural end. I will live the short life, mortal life, to its full measure, because only when you choose a finite end does any of it truly matter. I have learned now the world has teeth and fire. I know the names and the dark secrets of the broken hourglass society, and I know there are other awakened out there, hidden behind wealth and power. But for now...
Goshen, Indiana.
I am home. I am safe. I have returned to the small life much as I lived it before. I know that one day the borrowers may come for me, thinking that the girl who fled the city was just a girl. It will be their last mistake. I will be waiting for them.
Episode 110, An Awakened Reborn, was written and directed by David Berford, produced by Roger Bazinet and Fozzie Simon, and marketing by Amanda Caraway. And it starred the vocal talents of Lauren Rogers as Elise, Andy Bishop as Liberty, Sarah Feeley as Alexandra, Kristen Johnson as Honoré, Jayce Lane Fortin as Molly, Ethan C. Kaye as the young father, Keri Hendrix as Elise's mother, Dave Cavallaro as John Van OSDEL, and David Berford as the conductor. This has been a presentation of Obscura Dramatica.